Okay. Hello, and welcome to my first ever knitting podcast episode. My name is Veera, and today I will be talking to you about my knittings, what I have finished this year, but only my favorites, not everything, and then what I have on my needles. Well, those will be everything except one, which is going to be in the next episode. Yeah, welcome. And first, we will be going through my summer knits, or summer knit, because I only have one finished. This is Daisy Days Tea from Sari Nordlund, and I test knitted this for her, and yeah, this is pretty nice. I did this with drop saffron in colors 75 magenta, and I used 3 and 2.5 millimeter needles, US 2.5 and 1.5. Yeah, this was test knit, so it was kind of fun thing to knit because of course the instructions were not ready yet, and it was, I had to think a lot when I was doing this, because of course there was something that needed to be fixed. So yeah, I had to really think about how this pattern would continue after sleeves and what's not. But yeah, it was really fun knit, and yeah, there is already yarn coming out of there. But yeah, I've worn this a couple times, once in Jyväskylä Knit Fest, which I will be talking in next episode together with my recent acquisitions and my future plans. So those will not be in this episode, but in there. And yeah, I finished it with Italian bind off. See, every place I finished with Italian bind off. Yeah, so this is Raglan construction. So the Raglan is like built in the lace. So it was pretty easy to do, and yeah, there will be like patterns, and yeah, so you don't need to think about it too much. You just follow the lace pattern, and then you will have raglan increases. And the sleeves, I think there is only maybe one pattern repeat before the ribbing, so it was really easy to do. And yeah, what else? I think I made this, no I didn't. Usually I crop my shirts because I have really short upper body, but this I didn't need to crop, so this was perfect as it was in the instructions. So yeah, and I have never done anything with this color, so I was really excited to do something with this color. At first I was like, should I do some white or baby blue or some other, not this punchy color, but I'm happy that I took the risk, because this is really nice color and I think it suits me really well. And there was something else I wanted to say about this. Well, maybe it will come, maybe it won't. But yeah. Oh yeah, about how much this weighs. So this weighs 167.6 grams, and one saffron ball is 50 grams. So I have written under 4. Yeah, so under 4 balls I used. So yeah, and I knew I needed 4 balls, so I bought those immediately. So yeah, those 4 balls were really enough, because I took 17 grams of the 4th one. So yeah, it was really nice. And I have leftovers, but I already started something with those leftovers, so I will not be showing it right now. Yeah, that was Daisy Days tea from Sari Nordlund. And it will, I don't know when the pattern is going to come out, maybe during this summer, because this is summer knit and I think she wants this to be out during this summer. And the next one is Spesse Blues from Erika Smith, and this is, well, by Erika Smith, and this is a free pattern in Filcolana website, so it's this one. And I did this at the end of the year, so I don't really remember if there's any modifications that I did, but it's really pretty, I think. So maybe you can see the lace pattern, it goes all around. Yeah, Spesse Blues by Erika Smith, and I did this with one strand of Filcolana Arvetta, and the color was something like lavender. And this was supposed to be done with one strand of Arvetta and one strand of Filcolana Tilia, but I cannot use mohair, my skin doesn't like it, so I just left the Tilia out and used one strand of Arvetta. And this is really light and nice because of that. And I used little under 5 balls, so this was 246.7 grams, and this is what I have left of the, I have no idea if you can see this, but this little ball is left, so this is 10 grams. I don't know if I will be using this, maybe for some socks, because this is actually sock yarn, so I think I could use it for that. So this is sock yarn, but this is really soft and doesn't itch at all. So this is really nice yarn for every season, at least in Finland, because I have worn this during the coldest days of winter and during now summer. So this is really good for every season because of the eyelet. So this is really breezy, but also if I put something under here, it's not that breezy anymore, and I can use this in the winter as well. And this is really stretchy, so that has given me some headache because I've been wearing this like on rainy days, and I think that moisture makes this to stretch. So at the end of the day I have had like really long sleeves because the sleeves have just grown, but otherwise it's really good. And I think if I had used the Tilia with this, it wouldn't do that, because I believe that mohair doesn't stretch that much or at all. And one thing about the neck band, so I don't believe the instruction or the pattern told me how much I should pick up for the neck, so I picked up like 94, and I think here was like 96 per side, so I was like, yeah, it's good, about 96, so I picked up 94. But I think it's little too few, so it's quite tight, but I don't mind it. But in future, if I do another one, I would pick up maybe a bit more. So yeah, and this is one of my favorite shirts, and I love the color. And also I forgot to tell you what I'm wearing. So this is Cumulus blouse from Petite Knit, and I have no notes about this anywhere. So, but I have the ball that I did this with. So this is the yarn I used for the shirt, and this is Maja by Permin, and I think this is 100% of cotton, and this is this nice color changing yarn. So I used, I weighed this, so it was a little over 5 balls, or no, 4 balls, because this is 50 grams, and has 165 meters. So this shirt was like a little over 200 grams. So yeah, I used 4 of these and a little over, so almost 5. And yeah, I was left with couple of these balls, and yeah, there's nothing special about this. I think I did it with 3 or 3.5 millimeter needles, and yeah, there's these, what's this called? This finishing, I-cord finishings everywhere, so in the sleeves and hem and neck. And this is the V-neck version of the pattern. So yeah, this is really nice summer top as well, because it's cotton, and I actually just washed this in the washing machine, and it's fine. Nothing happened to it, so this yarn is good to go in the washing machine as well, apparently. Okay, next one is something that's really famous or popular right now. It's the Marielle cardigan from Marias Verden, and I did this cardigan version of it because I don't usually make cardigans. I don't know if this is my first one, but definitely first that has buttons. So I had to learn how to put the buttons there. It wasn't hard, but I had to learn. So Marielle cardigan by Marias Verden, and I used 342.7 grams of the yarn, so a little under 7 balls, because it was Viking Garn Alpaca Storm, and it had 50 grams of yarn per ball, and was it like 133 meters of yarn per ball. And I had bought 6 of those, so I had to buy 1 ball more. And I did this with 4mm needles, US 6, and the hem ribbing and maybe the sleeve ribbing I did with 3.5mm needles to US 2.5, and then the collar and the button band I did with 2.5, so 1.5 US. And then I bought these buttons. I don't know how well you can see it, but they're really glowy and fun buttons, so I put those in, and the pattern said I should put 8. I put 7 because I cannot put 8. I want it to be odd number, so 7 it is. And yeah, the construction was like, first I built up the back until the armpits, and then I picked up the sleeves from there. Not sleeves, but the front sections I picked up from there, and then continued with the front sections. And it was first time I did it, so it was quite fun to try to match that the pattern really continues over the picked line, and I had to try a couple times before I got it perfectly. And yeah, it was fun. And then I had almost knitted it all when I watched the twins who knit their video, and one of them had made the blouse version of this, and she said that this armhole was really too big for her, so she had to like reduce one pattern repeat from up from here, and then I had to try this on because I got worried if my armpit hole was too big as well, and it was so big, so I could have done some surgery. Didn't think of it, so I just frogged everything, and then I took off one of the pattern repeats at both sides and knit everything again. So it was fun, but I did it. So yeah, if you do this pattern, be mindful of that. This front panel might be too long and make this armhole too big. I don't remember if I cropped one pattern repeat from the back as well. I don't think I did, so it was good. And then I picked up the sleeves, I picked up the correct number, but I was supposed to do like I was supposed to decrease some stitch along the underarm so that it would like go smoothly until the ribbing, but I actually didn't do that. I wanted the lace to go all around without interruption. It's the same everywhere, and I wanted to do this balloon sleeve, so I took like 3 stitches away under the arm, and then the pattern matched, so then I could just like go around and round until the sleeve was long enough, and then I added the ribbing there, and I decreased like 50% of the stitches away. And yeah, then I did small ribbing and then Italian bind off there, and of course both sides. And I didn't loop, I don't think I looped the sleeves, so I had this small needle, like not long, short needle that I could just go and go and go and go. It was so fun to do it with those. It was first time I tried small or short needles. It was the first time I tried short needles, so it was really fun experience, and that's the way I want to make my sleeves in the future. Yeah. And I think I did a little bit shorter of the body is shorter in this one than in the pattern, because again I want some cropped shirts, because I usually use jeans or something else that comes over my belly button, so they are high-waisted, so my shirts don't need to be so long. And the next one is a jean sweater by Colibri by Johanna, and mine looks like this. So, some facts about it. This weighs 367.9 grams, and I used Hjertegarn. All of the yarns are from Hjertegarn, so the lilacs are Brushed Baby Alpaca, and the other one is Armonia Super Soft Merino, and it's like sock yarn. This is the front side. The sock yarn, and the red ones, they are the same ones, so the furry fluffy thing is Brushed Baby Alpaca, and the other one is Armonia as well, in color red. And I didn't do any swatch. I should have. After that I have always done it, but I didn't do it for this one. It wasn't I didn't used to do swatches before this one, because it was perfect before blocking. But all of these yarns that I used, they grow when blocking, and also in use they stretch quite a bit because they have nylon in those. So it's a oversize for me. And yeah, how much I used the yarn. So I think I used 4 balls of lilacs and 3 balls of reds, or 3 balls of lilacs and 2 balls for reds. I don't remember, but I think it was the first one. But the way how much this weighs doesn't match, so I have no clue. Yeah, and I knit this with 4mm needles and 3.5 for the ribbings, so US 6 and US 2 and 5. So yeah, and this was really fun knit, because there are stripes and the lace, so it was really entertaining to do this. But of course there was a lot of lace pattern to read, but when I got like hang of it, like how it goes, it was really you know, smooth sailing. And yeah, I like to do this, and this is one of my absolute favorite knits so far, but I cannot wear this during summer because even though it's Finland and I live in Finland and it's supposed to be cold here, it's not that cold in the winters anymore. Summers, it's not that cold during summers. I cannot really wear this during summers, but this is really good, like every other season's weather, and I have used this quite a lot. And yeah, I did ribbings. The ribbing is like twisted ribbing there, and I didn't do any kind of fancy bind-offs because I was anxious to get this off my needles and on my body, so I just did the basic ribbing bind-off, and then continued with continued, blocked this, and then wore this often. So when I get going, I really get going, and I just knit and knit and knit, and I don't have any other life, I feel like, when I want to knit. So for me it was quick knit, but it has many things going on and it's quite big, so it's not like quick knit, but I did knit it quickly. Yes. Yeah, well, the collar, it's well, the neck, it's double, so it's like folded inside, and I think I did like one knit row on top of it. It was supposed to be like a purl row there, but I don't like how the purl row looks like when the bumps are, you know, you can see those. So I did knit row to like see where the halfway is, and then I actually, when I had like enough ribbing done, I picked up the stitches from under here that were the first stitches of the ribbing, and then I just knit together with the ribbing. I think I did every time there was knit stitch, I picked that up. So I didn't pick everything, I picked every other, and then I knit those together, and then, well, did basic bind off there, so I didn't have to, you know, go back with the tapestry needle and do it like that. So I did it with knitting. I don't know if it's faster or the tapestry needle technique, because I have never done the tapestry needle technique. But yeah, I like the knitting technique. I don't know if it's some kind of actual technique or if I have invented that myself, but I like that way. Those were the finished, my favorites this year. And then let's go to my whips. And the first one is actually something that I created by myself. So it's these double mittens. Yeah, they like this. So double mittens. And I have used some leftover brushed baby alpaca for these ones, and also leftover Armonia from the jean sweater. And then the colored yarn, I think you can maybe see the purple is changing there. And I didn't even show you where the Armonia is, I will show you that. But the colored is this one. So it's La Bien Aimee, or Aimee, hand colored single, I think this is sock, merino sock yarn, and I bought this from Germany. So yeah, this is pretty nice. It's like 366 meters in 100 grams, so I think it's then fingering, and I just held this single with this one. So I have quite a bit left, both of these actually, so I need to figure out something else to do with this. And yeah, the color for the hand dyed is high key purple, and yeah, it's superwash merino, so it's really nice. And why did I say this is the double mitten and where is the Armonia? Well, it's inside here. So the inside of the mitten has been done with Armonia. At the same time, when I was knitting the outside, so they are knitted at the same time. And I'm sure I'm not the first one to invent this, but however, this is my own design. Didn't have anywhere to look how many stitches and whatnot. So this is my own design, and this is not actually my first prototype. I did knit something like this back in 2021 when I was in exchange in Germany again. And I have worn those mittens so much. They are so pretty, they are so dirty, but I love them. So I wanted to make another pair, little bit better color, because my previous ones are gray and I don't like gray that much. So these are this wonderful purple color. And yeah, and I knit this with 4mm needles everywhere, so I didn't switch needles. And I have no idea what this is called in English, this decrease thing, but I think this is really pretty and it fits me. Of course it fits me, but it's quite nice. And then I need to do the thumbs as well, but it's summer and I want to focus on summer knitting, so this will wait until the autumn. Why did I want to do these double mittens? Why just not one mitten and not the inside mitten? Well, the winters in Finland, they are really cold sometimes, not always, but the days that are cold are really cold. It might be -30, and I don't want to have like many mittens on top of each other, and usually when you have knitted mittens you have to have something under the mittens, and I don't really like the idea of like having many mittens. And yeah, I usually commute to, well, anywhere with bus, so I need to be able to like grab my phone and show my ticket to the driver. So if I have many mittens on top of each other, I have to just like take them off, all of them, so I can use my phone, and it's a mess. I don't want to do that and drop my gloves on the bus stops and whatnot. So this will make my life easier, and they have already made it easier for 5 years. So yeah, I really think this will be necessary. And because I have so much left, I have scale there, but I have so much left, so I could maybe use these both and maybe have 2 strands of each and make this like really big beanie out of these. Maybe I have to see if I have enough yarn, but something that fits these matches, so I can be matchy during winter. And then I would also need to buy a new winter jacket, because nothing that I own matches these. Yeah, life is hard. Okay, I'm back. And my voice is also back. I've been, well, showing you the stuff. So there is a lot of dust in this room right now, and this is my bedroom, so of course here are bedroom stuff as well. So much dust that goes into my voice. So next WIP is Daydreamer Cardigan by Veronika Lindberg. And I will show you the cardigan first, and then we will go through the yarns that I used. So this is the Daydreamer cardigan. So it looks like this. Many things hanging from there. So this is a fisherman stitch all around. It's pretty nice. And what do I have to say about this? Well, this is of course WIP, and I've been using this Armonia Superfine Merino as well. So the same yarn but different color than in Jean Sweater. And this is 75% of superfine merino and 25% of nylon, and this has 200 meters in 50 grams. So yeah, I like this color. It's sock yarn, but it's really soft and good for the cardigan, as I have noticed with the Jean Sweater. It works really well and doesn't itch, and also brushed baby alpaca. So I have 2 strands of these and 1 strand of this, so it's quite nice, and I like this color better than the Armonia, so I want this to be the dominant. But this is Kjertigarn brushed baby alpaca, 40% of alpaca, 40% of wool, 20% of nylon, and 200 meters in 25 grams. This is really nice. I don't think I said it in the Jean Sweater, but this is really nice yarn. It doesn't itch at all, and I'm sensitive. I can't use even silk merino. So this is really good for us who cannot use any kind of merinos. And yeah, and the color collection that you can choose from, it's quite big, so you can find easily something that fits you, I think. Yeah, so I've been using those yarns for this cardigan, and yeah, I've been knitting this with 5mm needles, so US 8, and here I have the short needle that I told you about earlier. So it's really nice to just be able to knit around without having to toggle around with the cable. You don't need to pull it out anywhere, so no magic loop needed. So it's really fast to knit with it. And yeah, I don't think I have had to do any modifications to this yet, but this yarn isn't what Veronica has used in hers. So I learned actually from the Jean Sweater, and I did do swatch that I don't have now right here, right now here, but I actually tried first 1 strand of this and 1 strand of this as well, and it was too small and it didn't work. And also I used to like knit every first stitch, I used to knit it, and the swatch started to do this round effect on the sides, so I knew that I need to pick the first stitch here so it doesn't start rounding. I think the yarns made it so that the stitches just, I have no idea, the first stitches were bigger than the others or something like that, because they started to roll over. So that was really good to do, the swatch, so I could pick up the first stitch instead of knitting it, and also I could add 1 strand of the alpaca, like more, so there is 2 now, so it fits the gauge. And yeah, and this has been really nice to knit. It's so soft, and I like the pattern, so it's not all like, well, there is things to do. And for me this fisherman stitch is new thing, so I actually had to put this marker to tell me which side is which. So this is the outside, which you will see if I'm wearing this, and this is the inside, which you won't see. But I think the inside is so pretty as well, and also I couldn't recognize which one was which, so I've been using that stitch marker to tell me which one is which, so I can pick up the stitches from the right side or from the wrong side, so that there is nothing to be seen here when I wear this, because of course the inside looks a bit different, maybe. Yeah, there is some some difference there. But I would love to be able to wear this inside out also, so if I want to do that I need to figure out how to hide these armpit thingies, and also to weave in the ends so that you cannot see them from either side. And it will be a task if I want to do that. And also I didn't bind off the hem yet, because I think by then I was like, well, do I do Italian bind off, do I do basic, do I do something else? And I didn't want to decide it before I had my sleeves done. But I think I will do the basic one because it's stretchy and it works in the jean sweater, so I'm sure that it works in this as well just fine. And I don't need to use time for the Italian bind off. It takes time, but it's also pretty. Yeah, this is my daydreamer cardigan coming up. I'm not going to knit this during this summer, so the next updates will be during autumn. So yeah, I will update you when I have picked this up again or finished it, I don't know, but some progress will be done the next time you will see this. And then I have many things in here, but let's start with something you actually already saw. So this is Daisy Days Tea from Sari Nordlund, by Sari Nordlund. But this time I'm using still drop saffron in many colors, so that's the difference. I'm using many colors because I really like the, well, colorful shirt, and I'm using again 3mm needles, so US 2.5. Yeah, so I will be adding the color names on the screen because I really can't remember those, and I don't have the paper thingies that go on the balls. I don't have those anymore because I only have one ball per color, so I took those away so I could use the yarn. So yeah, this has been really nice knit as well, and of course a little bit more problem free than the first one because that was the first one, and now I know every stepstone and everything. So yeah, but I really like these colors, and I can show you the balls as well. So yeah, I think this will be really pretty summer top as well. And I've been knitting this in metro and in bus, so if you see me knitting in metro or bus, this or anything else, you can come and say hi. I like to talk about knitting and stuff, so it's okay, even though Finns don't speak to each other anywhere ever. So that's something that you can come and talk to me about. And my yarns are a mess, of course. So these are the yarns that I use for the stripes, and I will be adding the colors on the screen. I actually learned how to use them, the editing tools. So yeah, these are really nice, and I know there is not a lot of contrast between these lighter colors, and in black and white they all look the same, but I think this pink one gives enough contrast, and with this white one as well there is like just clean line between the stripes, so I think it's fine. And you know, if it's not, who cares? I like it and it's mine. So the yarns go there, and then I will also show you my other version that I frogged. So I had made, I don't know how you can see it, but I had made the thicker lines with white one and the thinner lines with colors, and I had made quite a lot of it, and then I was like, I looked at it and I was like, I don't like that, so I frogged it until where I had cut the yarn, because there's one place where you have to cut the yarn, So I frogged it there, and then I was like, that's enough frogging, I don't need to frog anymore. And well, if I run out of any of these, I can just frog more. But yeah, I didn't like this combination. Maybe with not this white, but something like more natural white, more softer maybe, but not like this. So I frogged it and switched those up, and now I think it looks really nice. Okay, and next one. This is actually almost finished. This is Cocoa Beach from Drops Design. This is a free pattern of theirs, and I have used Drops Bell to do this. I looked those colors up. It's Old Rose and Cherry, and I have made like 4 stripes of Old Rose and 3 stripes of Cherry, and those numbers matter when I turn this around. This was supposed to be done with 4mm needles, and I did, but I did gauge watch because now I am smart. I did it, and I should have had like 21 stitches per 10 centimeters. I had 18 when I tried with 4mm needles, and then I tried with 3.5, and it was 19, and it was still too much. And I decided I will go for the 4s, and I just had to calculate every stitch number there to get the right size. So it's modded quite a lot. And also the stripes. I saw one project with stripes, or many projects, I don't remember, but I like the striped version. And then I saw maybe Kutova Kika or someone else showed this kind of ribbing in their pattern. And this is all in cat hair, I'm sorry, I have cats. So yeah, and also this ribbing is striped. So I really liked the idea, so I did it. And I also wanted these red linings everywhere, so every outer line is red. And yeah, this is almost finished. I just need to weave in the ends. I have already done that to this other armhole, so it's ready, but the other one is not. And why do I have so many yarns here is because the other color was 3 stripes and the other one was 4, and at this point it was like knitted back and forth and not in round. In round it didn't matter, but back and forth it did, because every time I was starting to do the pink color, the previous yarn was in the other side, and now I needed to start from here. So I needed to cut this away and then start again from here. And I didn't want to like take the yarn with me from here to go here and then start from there with the same yarn without needing to cut it. Of course, it would have been pretty smart, but it would have been a lot of work then, so I decided to not to do that, and now I have a lot of work now. So yes, that was really smart. So I have many yarns to bind off here, and I should really do that, but I have many other interesting projects going on and coming up. So yeah, let's see when I have time to do that, or when I decide to do that. And then I have another. So this is Fernfeast. How should I show this to you? Well, I have switched the needles from here. So I have started this Fernfeast tee from Drops Design. And this was supposed to be done with 4.5mm needles, and the gauge were supposed to be like 20 stitches in 10 centimeters. Well, I decided to use 4mm needles, so it's US 6. And so I have 18 stitches in 10 centimeters, so I have had to calculate all of the stitch counts as well with this one. It's not the same calculation as in the previous one, because it was supposed to be done with force. Yeah, and I didn't show you the yarns for the last one because the yarns are the same as in this one, but I have the balls here. So yeah, I have had to do some calculations for this as well. And I can show you the yarns. So the yarns, it's Drops Bell in color cherry, and there's, how many is there? There is 220 meters in 50 grams. And yeah, here it says that it's recommended to use 4mm needles to get 21 stitches in 10 centimeters. I'm not very loose knitter. I think I'm really tight knitter actually. So I don't know how I could like achieve that count. Yeah, and the content is 63% of cotton, 33% of viscose, and 14% of linen. And I really like knitting with this. And the other one here, so this is the Old Rose color 11, and yeah, the same specs as the red one. So these two are in my project bag right now with this Fernfeast. And the reason why, well, this has been there quite a long time in my project bag is because this is just plain stockinette stitch, nothing fancy, nothing going on. And I don't like knitting stockinette stitch. Of course, I'm wearing something made with only stockinette stitch right now, but I like that there is something going on, like stripes or lace or stripes and lace or something, and there is nothing in this one. So I think I need to maybe come up with something, some lace maybe on the end of the sleeves and on the hem, because I think that looks really pretty. But yeah, I need to come up with something, and maybe I need to cast on the sleeves first so I know the stitch count, so I can really start inventing something. And yeah, you can maybe see, I don't know if you can, but I did Italian cast on there. I think it looks like Italian cast on. So I think that was something that weren't in the pattern as well. Yeah. Did I have something else to say about this? Yes, so I bought yarns for this top and this t-shirt at the same time because I couldn't decide what to do, so I wanted to do both, and then I decided to do both. So I have really much yarn left because of course my gauge uses less yarn than what was meant. So I have like 5 unopened balls of this red one and maybe 2 unopened of this pink one, and I had like decided I do these stripes to this striped shirt and no stripes here. So yeah, I need to figure out what to do with the rest of the yarns because I have like 1 t-shirt quantity there still waiting. Of course this will take a couple balls, but maybe I can do something with both of the colors at the same time. But then yeah, I would have like 3 summer shirts with same colored yarns. So let's see what I do with those. Next time I will be telling you all about my visit to Jyväskylä Knit Fest. So I wanted to ask you if you have ever visited any Knit Fest, or are you planning to? Is there a Knit Fest in your area or any crafting fest? Tell me about it, and I will see you next time. Like the video if you liked it, and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of me. I promise my next videos will be better than this one. Okay, see you later. Bye bye!